Hi Scorpio, welcome to the Modern Spiritualist. My name is Rahim. Today I'm going to do the general October reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if you know your sun sign and it's Scorpio, you're in the right place. If you know your moon and your rising signs, make sure to look for those as well. We get a Celtic Cross spread for this month. I'm going to run through the cards and then we'll do this card by card. I pulled a Catalyst energy for you guys this month as well, which is the Five of Wands, which shows up again in the Celtic Cross spread. So that's going to be a very prevalent energy for you. This is kind of the thread that's weaving together all these other cards. So your main kind of theme for the month of October is this Five of Wands. It showed up in the reverse. We'll talk about that. In the Celtic Cross spread now, the heart of the matter, this is kind of what's on your heart or the central kind of theme for you this month. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. And crossing that, which is the main challenge, for getting through to this energy, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Deep past affecting the future, we have the Hermit reversed. And I pulled a clarifier for that as well, and we have the Five of Pentacles. New circumstance, we have the Seven of Cups reversed. In your foundation, this is what's stabilizing you this month. We have the Seven of Wands reversed. And crowning you, we have the King of Cups. Your energy for the month of October is also the Five of Wands. It came out in direct in the Celtic Cross spread. Environmental energy this month, we have the Seven of Swords reversed, which feels pretty collective as well, to be honest. The position of what you fear this month, we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. And outcome energy, we have the Three of Swords reversed. Okay, Scorpio, so let's talk about this Five of Wands. I get the sense that you may just be very low energy this month. It's a Mars retrograde, so of course you're going to feel that way. Everyone's feeling that way. You may be quite bothered by it, so I would just encourage you to, just do what you can. But monitor your energy well, get more rest than usual, maybe, and just kind of allow yourself to sink into this retrograde energy because it's not something that we can really avoid. You guys might really just have a lot on your plate right now, and so it kind of feels like you're slogging through and you're really struggling with getting it all done. So where you can, just show as much self-compassion as you can. Cut yourself some slack where you can. I get the sense that you guys will be quite busy in spite of that. It may just kind of feel like you're climbing uphill a little bit more than is comfortable. And so just give yourself breaks where you can. That's going to be really important just in terms of self-care. I'm getting mental health as well. Don't place so much pressure on yourself when the energy is kind of at a standstill or even moving backwards right now. It's just kind of collectively where we're at. So just be mindful of that. Moving into the Celtic Cross, heart of the matter, we have the Queen of Swords. It's in the reverse. You're looking to get clarity on a lot of things this month, Scorpio, and it may just not feel very clear right now. For some of you, I'm getting just sort of this self-expectation that it should be clear to you, that you should know what to do or what you want or how to move forward. And you might really just be beating yourselves up. This is just for a few of you. You may be beating yourselves up over it a little bit. I would just say, again, with the retrograde cycles going on right now, that the energy isn't clear. Retrograde is a time of revision, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you work out all the kinks right away or that you even know how to crystallize anything moving forward. Usually we don't even know what's going on until things go direct again. So again, just cut yourself some slack. Be open to receiving information, but also be open to that information changing over time. Something may come through, suddenly things make sense, and then, something else could come through that kind of gums up the works again and makes everything less clear. So just allow the energy to kind of be what it is. It's a little bit confusing, and you don't have to figure everything out right now, okay? Crossing that, we have the Ten of Pentacles. You're asking yourself what is going to make you happy in the long haul, not just the short term. What do you want for your life? How do you achieve holistic balance in your life? Like, how do you attract the relationships to you that you want? How do you attract a home life that you want? How do you attract the career that you want? How do you want money to flow? You're asking yourself really big questions about what do I really want? And you're not, with the Queen of Swords in reverse here, you're not getting super clear answers right now. But it's okay. Continue to ask these questions anyway and allow information to come through as it comes through, even if it's more slow than you would like it to, if it's more just kind of blurry or fuzzy than you would like it to. Just know that you are doing the work, and just be patient with yourself and with life right now during this time. Just because you don't know what you want right now doesn't mean that you aren't in the process of figuring it out, even when it's confusing. You're not doing anything wrong. Okay. Deep past affecting the future. We have the Hermit reversed and Five of Pentacles as a clarifier. So let's start with the Hermit reversed. I mean, collectively, we're all getting a little over the isolation that COVID-19 has brought to us, obviously. And because some people don't follow the rules, and because we don't have any real leadership in this country, in the United States anyway. I don't know where you guys are watching from, but at least in the United States, there's no real leadership. It's chaos, and the few kind of ruin it for everybody. You know, the few that don't hunker down and do what needs to be done to save us collectively and to really move us through this pandemic time. It just keeps, extending the kind of feelings of isolation. The Hermit reversed, I think, is kind of reflecting that that you don't want to be isolated right now, Scorpio, but we're just not out of this yet. And for some of you, this just could be this year, the past just meaning the past year, and being in a place now where you're really ready to end the isolation and you can't yet, and you're just being impacted by that. You've had enough. Some of you, this is a deep, deep trigger. It's like feelings of isolation and childhood coming up now to be cleared because you're feeling isolated right now. This Five of Pentacles energy, for many of you, this is deep past. This is feelings of isolation and childhood kind of impacting your feelings of isolation right now and kind of aggravating them in certain ways. The Five of Pentacles energy is basically kind of an energy of like poverty mindset, where like, oh, they're okay, but it's not like I'm not okay. You kind of have these figures that look like they may be homeless or they're crippled, and you have this like stained glass window, and inside the building of the stained glass window, there's light, there's joy, there's people that are okay, and then these people are kind of outside in the cold. So it's that feeling of like, I'm not okay, but everyone else is okay. And that's just not true. I mean, everyone's suffering right now. And the thing with the Five of Pentacles is it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy in that when you have that victim mindset, when you have that poverty mindset, that's what you tend to manifest because you're resonating with that vibration. And so this really does feel like you're out in the cold, Scorpio. You're alone. But because this is deep past, try to keep it in perspective. This is just a trigger that's coming up. These are old stories. These are old narratives. They don't actually apply to your life anymore. I feel that you do have support around you. And so just lean into that support. If you're having a little moment where you feel these self-limiting stories come up, make sure to talk to the people in your life about them so that you gain some perspective, some clarity, so that you take the weight off of you. Because the only real way to combat this feeling of isolation is to reach out to the people in your lives. You don't have to do this alone. You're not alone. You're not even alone in these stories. Everyone has them, right? So just be mindful of that and make sure that you're reaching for that support. Okay. Your foundation this month, the Seven of Wands reversed. What you can lean into this month to get you through all of this collective baggage, these rough transits, all of this stuff. October doesn't look great for anyone. Keep that in mind, right? is Scorpio, one of your greatest strengths is that you can get through anything. Scorpios, on the basis of life path lessons, you guys are death and transformation, right? Scorpios never really have it easy. There's always something that comes up in their life that is really hard, that they need to confront for their own soul's evolution. And because you have that power within you to transform, to let go of things that aren't serving you, you can get through this too. This is just a reminder that, like, there is not a Scorpio out there that isn't strong, right? You're strong. Lean into that strength. When it feels like all of your chips are down, you still succeed because you're Scorpio, right? So keep that in mind. Inspiring you this month. This is what you're thinking about. This is your highest kind of energy potential for this month. We have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a strong leader because he leads with compassion. And so your best asset this month, I mean, other than your strength and your resolve, right, is your ability to be compassionate, because that compassion expands our mind, expands our viewpoints, allows us to look at people that aggravate us, or situations that aggravate us, situations that we don't understand, with enough awareness to say, I know why this person is like this. Even when people are spreading hate, even when people are making it really difficult for any progress to happen, they are like that for a reason. And one of the most powerful things about Scorpio is the ability to read into that deeper story and to understand why people are the way they are. So use that. It's a huge asset to you. And being in that compassion is what's going to keep your energy elevated this month so that you don't sink into stagnation or depression. This is what's going to keep you centered, keep you motivated, keep you aligned. And then this will make the Five of Wands energy, intertwining all this, easier for you, because you can exercise that compassion within yourself, and read into the deeper stories of why you are feeling the way you're feeling. We're in a collective grief period right now. We have been for a long time. It's only getting more aggravated with, like, Ruth Bader Ginsburg's recent passing, and the potential implications of that, right? So, you're being asked to be strong, but you're also being asked to be compassionate for yourself and for others. Okay, so your new circumstance this month is the Seven of Cups. This could be analysis paralysis. Like, you're looking at the path ahead of you. There are multiple options. You don't know which path to take. You don't know what to do next. You could feel like there's just too much on your plate. You're overwhelmed. Your energy's low. And it's just like, what do I do? So I would just encourage you, to just do nothing if that feels like it's going to be the most nurturing for you, or make the most sense, or to at least find periods of time in which you're doing nothing and you're recuperating and you're just letting your energy kind of naturally replenish itself. Also, in terms of decision making, if there's decisions to make and you don't know what to do, you don't have to make a decision right away. Let things settle a little bit before you make up your mind. It doesn't mean that you won't come to a decision. Giving yourself time isn't going to make the world explode, right? If you have too much on your plate, make sure that you're writing everything down so things don't stay in your head, and make a list so that you are aware of all the tasks you need to do, and then just take it task by task. The overwhelm can be when you're looking at everything you have to do at once and it just feels like so much. So just make sure that you're narrowing things down and you're like, all I have to do right now is this one thing. When you finish that one thing, move on to the next thing. Putting things on lists are really, really helpful, because getting them out of your mind and on paper can really help organize your life. So I would highly recommend you do that if you do not do that already. Your energy this month, we have the Five of Wands again. This time it's in the upright. I feel like anxiety is really high. Tension is really high. Tension with people in your life may be quite high. You also have this Queen of Swords in reverse in the heart of the matter. So with these two energies here, be really careful with the people in your life. Before you say something rash, run through the filter in your mind and ask yourself if you should say it. The Queen of Swords can be really caustic, really biting, and Five of Wands can indicate a fight. So watch your anger this month. Try not to act out or speak out in anger, because you may exacerbate a situation, and you don't want to create more conflict than is necessary. So just really watch your words. The three like Rumi filters. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If it doesn't pass that test, don't say it, just be really careful. And if you do make a mistake and you say something out of line, acknowledge that you've done it, apologize, and move on, and you'll be fine. Which can be really hard to do when we feel ashamed of what we said, right? So just be careful with your words this month, because there could be this could just be anxiety. Maybe you have no conflict with people in your life. This could just be you're really tense, you're anxious, you've got a lot on your plate, obviously. But for others of you, it may just be hard to get along with the people in your life right now. And so if that is true for you, just be really, really careful, okay? Your environment, we have the Seven of Swords reversed. I'm going to bring up the Queen of Swords again as well. This isn't for all of you. This is some of you. But I would be really careful about lying to people in your life right now. Keeping secrets is okay up to a point if it's not affecting other people in your life. But watch for toxic secrets. Watch out. And this is on you. The Seven of Wands reversed could indicate that you're the one doing it. So careful about lying, careful about deceiving, careful about secret keeping, and careful about trying to get away with something, because I get the sense that you will be caught. So try to show up with integrity. And this is hard for me to say. Usually, I'm not trying to call people out. I'm trying to help them get through whatever it is that they're going through with these readings. But I think this is the way to do it with this, because often I don't get this kind of energy, but it's coming through really clear for me. If you are lying to someone in your life, or if you are deceiving someone in your life, or if you are trying to get away with something, it is going to negatively impact those relationships. So be really, really careful. Show up with integrity. Try to be honest. Try to be truthful. With tact, we have this Queen of Swords, obviously. If it is not that, if you're showing up in your integrity and your honesty, you would never lie or keep secrets to the detriment of the people in your life, if you would never try to get away with something that is not the best thing, then this could this could be the greater collective message right now, of politicians and people in power that are lying to their people, and stealing and betraying and killing whistleblowers and bribing and blackmailing, all of that big collective junk that is going on right now. You could just be very affected by, because it's not right, and it's not right. And for those of you that are really in your integrity right now, this could really be eating away at you, basically. I know it is for me. I'm a Scorpio rising, and I can't handle the lying and the dishonesty and the lack of integrity of the people in power right now, and it's really upsetting me. So this could just be where some of you are at. The greater collective story is really impacting you right now. And so for those of you that are dealing with that, sorry if you can hear my dog howling in the background. He's fine. He just has separation anxiety. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so those of you that are just really affected by the politics right now, or even if it's just like people in your small circle that are dealing with this kind of energy, this kind of deceit or lying, make sure to take it in small doses. Like, it is important to pay attention. The fact that you care and are being impacted emotionally by this kind of thing is not necessarily bad or inauthentic, but make sure that you're taking time for self-care, that you're moving away from the social media, that you're moving away from CNN, and you give yourself time to be in your own energy and recenter and recuperate and think about your own life, because that's important too. Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels, and that's not helpful for anyone. So just watch that. Make sure that you take breaks from this collective story and just do things for you. Self-care is going to be really important this month. Okay. In the position of what you fear, you have the Nine of Pentacles. You're worried about your resources, Scorpio. You're worried that you may not have enough. That can happen with the Five of Pentacles too, because this Five of Pentacles is showing up in the deep past. It may not actually be true that you don't have enough. It may just be you're triggered by a time in your past in which you didn't have enough, and it's kind of putting a false perception over the present. That's true for some of you. Some of you may really be tight on resources, in which case get support. Get support from the people in your life, seriously. If you need to ask for help, ask. Because it's serious, and there's people in your corner that can help you. Some of you, if this is not about finances, this could be you're insecure about your own performance, maybe at work, at school, hobbies, relationships. Could be sex even, insecure about performance. So this could just kind of be lack of self-esteem in terms of however you're trying to perform or work through or present yourself in terms of skill or anything like that. You may just be very insecure right now. Again, my advice would be to get support. If you feel insecure, if you're insecure in a relationship about sex or anything like that, talk to your partner about it. You're Scorpio, right? I mean, for some, that's coming in very clear for me, and I don't usually get that with Nine of Pentacles. So for one or two of you, it is that specifically. It's insecurity about intimacy. For others of you, it's definitely work or school. Talk to your teachers, talk to your employers, talk to your coworkers, talk to whoever it is in that position that can help you shift your perspective or see it differently, because I don't get the sense that it's necessarily reflective of reality. You're probably fine. You're probably just feeling really worried and insecure, and the only way to kind of move through that energy is to accept that you're dealing with some insecurity that may or may not actually reflect reality, and then talk to the people in your life about what you can do about that, or how you can shift that perspective, because you're gonna be fine. It's like if you need tutoring, get it, right? But not all of you are going to need it. It's really just a mindset shift. You know, if you need help from a coworker to understand something better, or from a boss to understand something better, then get that help. But it's not like it's actually out of your wheelhouse. I really think it's just an insecurity that you're going to be able to move through. You're going to be fine, Scorpio. Just be aware of that. Just be aware that that's a story that's coming up for you to address and move through. And then outcome this month. We have the Three of Swords reversed. I like this in the reversal for you. Sometimes when I pick up the Three of Swords, I can feel my heart being stabbed. I can feel the visual. I'm actually getting the opposite. The swords are being pulled out of the heart. So, and I think this is why a relationship is coming up for me for the Nine of Pentacles. For those of you that are insecure about your relationship with your partner, or you're insecure about the sex that you're having with your partner, I think you're gonna move through it, because this Three of Swords in the reverse is an indication that the relationship is healing and improving. So I think honesty and communication. With the Seven of Swords in reverse here, if you're keeping your insecurities a secret from your partner, or lying or cheating in a relationship too, tread very, very carefully there. I get the sense that many of you are going to work through that once you talk to your partner. when you open up those lines of communication, the swords are gonna leave the heart, and you're gonna have a whole heart, and the relationship will heal. Non-relationship people, give me just a minute. Those of you that are stabbing your own heart with your own insecurities, your own shame about your performance at work or school or whatever, those of you that are really giving yourself a hard time, not showing up with that self and compassion that we talked about here, that's going to be the key for you. You're going to move through it. You're going to change your narrative. I get the sense that you're going to discover towards the end of the month that that you don't have to beat yourself up, that you don't have to tell yourself these negative stories about yourself. You're going to pull the swords out of your own heart and heal that relationship with yourself in terms of whatever this Nine of Pentacles situation is. So I feel some relief, some real relief towards the end of the month. I don't get a sense that this month is going to be easy. I think anxiety is going to be high. Some of you are either lying or deceiving or dealing with other people in your life that are doing that. You've got too much on your plate. You feel some isolation. So these are the kind of the main stories. You're asking yourself what you want. You're not sure what that is. Tension with people in your life may be high. So what you do have for you is self-care, taking a breather when you need to take a breather. Make sure that you're making a list if you just feel overwhelmed by tasks. Get it out of your head and onto paper. Seven of Wands, just, if anything, remember that you are strong, Scorpio. You've survived this far. You'll survive again. You'll survive this situation like you've survived everything else in your life, right? You're a survivor. That's what you do. And then the King of Cups, compassion. Compassion for self, compassion for the people in your life, compassion for humanity at large. This is what's going to keep you in your highest vibration, which will make it so much easier for you guys to get through the month, okay? And then we've got this relief at the very end. We've got this feeling of you pulling swords out of your own heart. And compassion is going to be the key to that too. Compassion and communication. Okay. That's all I got for you guys. If you would like to schedule a personal reading with me, you can do so in the description box below. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I have Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram below as well. Go ahead and hit like on this video if you liked it so that other people can see it. Hit subscribe if you want to see the next Scorpio video. And I will see you guys in November.